Alright then. We are back again at the Japan campaign in MT. Alright, let's keep going. Yeah, these roads probably could use upgrades. Although I'm probably not going to build highway networks through this country. That's just way too much effort for a reward that isn't that great. These provinces aren't super well developed. I should probably actually upgrade the trade harbor infrastructure here. Because a lot of provinces up here rely on that for, or well, at least over up here, rely on that province for communication. Heck, even this one does. Hooray! Minus 2.5% taxes for you. You're simply better than the bureaucrat. Heck, the military candidate is better at bureaucracy than the bureaucrat. Quit insulting me. Figo is now big enough for one of these. Alright then. I guess I'll put one in Gaisiu. Once I've got enough money for it. This used to be called something else. Oh well. General Estates. The French Revolution has begun. Get more administrative points. Haven't I filled out my idea groups? Or was... I haven't looked at my ideas for a while. Right, quality. I should also work towards saving up money so I can eventually get the institution of Renaissance. Would be nice if it spread around a bit more first, though. Mill tech cost reduced. That will be helpful. Not by a large amount, it's just 10 points, but it's still something. Learned. Great, you're gonna make admin tech more costly, aren't you? I mean, techs are already getting even more expensive as time ticks on, thanks to the Enlightenment. And it ticks all the way up to 50. So even if it does manage to spread all over, even if global trade and manufactories doesn't ever spread to Europe, in the end, even if I embrace casual literacy and Renaissance, they'll still get slightly better with tech than me. Because then they'll only have plus 40 because, well, globalized trade and manufacturers have a 25% penalty each, and embracing and the Enlightenment gives minus 10% cost, so it goes to around 40%. Plus 40%, while for me it's going to be plus 50%, assuming I get casual literacy anytime soon. So I'm still going to have a tech weakness, it's just not going to be nearly as prominent as it was for the last 300 or so years. Okay, maybe not 300, but 200 years. I also want to check to see where I've got highway networks and what provinces happen to be urban centers that could really use one. Just to get more money. Like this one. Besides, since it's smaller, it's not quite as expensive to get one of those rows in. Goes to Joseon, which is over here. Okay, there's not much I can do about that. Except build a better trade wharf, trade harbor. Bison also is pretty well developed. I've been intentionally keeping it from developing too much for the simple reason that it was heavily autonomous, so I wouldn't get very many benefits out of it. But now it should be fine for me. Still really expensive, but okay. Although I should definitely start saving on manpower again, because eventual invasion of Korea. Farming efficiency. I guess we're just increasing the production of food and whatnot. Ah, subjugate from the clans. This one. Upon doing so, the autonomy will be almost zero. Not quite zero, but it's going to be very close. I should definitely get a road, not a fort, road. Upon doing so, communication should be decreased by a day, maybe 2. There it's 9, here it's 15. Which will bring autonomy down to 0. After that, I won't personally have any clans, however, I'm also integrating Uesugi, which will happen by the end of the month, although before that I probably should fabricate a claim so that the spy network in Joseon doesn't get discovered. This province has the highest dev out of all the Joseon provinces. I probably should go for that one. At least out of those I can actually fabricate a claim on. Grey Eminence. Oh. And Uesugi's been annexed. I don't need these troops, and I will be getting the manpower back. It is a trade ship. Okay. There's another clan here. Martial law CE pending, but the resting point for autonomy should be around 40% of the most. It honestly depends on how communication is here. There's a trade wharf, so it's probably not going to be as slow as it could be. Judging, despite the fact that there's no roads whatsoever. I don't need more legitimacy. Policy of tolerance would be nice. I don't know. Get my secularism all the way up again. How much would it cost to annex Ashikaga? 1,452 diplomatic points. I'm gonna wait on that until later, though. There's something amusing about Japanese Mongolia and Manchuria. Besides, I want to keep going until tech penalties start to really take a toll. Because at the moment, the Enlightenment's penalty is only 18%. As soon as I get Renaissance, that will cut that cost by 25%, and later on, once I get casual literacy, it would do that again. Although I do also have to admit, casual literacy still has not reached quite India, although it has reached Afghanistan. I wonder how much. That's actually not that expensive. I am not losing naval power. Naval power is just too valuable at the moment. I'm going to need it. Because I'm behind in diplomatic tech again. And I want to put some effort into catching up again. Though I will wait a bit in embracing Renaissance. I'd like for it to spread a bit more, because this is incredibly expensive. 11,000 ducats? 1721. Besides, in a lot of these places, it's going to hit in 1721 anyway. Or 1722. Maybe not everywhere, but... So if I'm patient and wait 4 years or so, 3 or 4 years, the cost will come down dramatically since this sea happens to be surrounded by my most valuable cities. I've built up several cities along this central coastline. And that's where most of my, well, the largest density of valuable provinces happen to be. province has an actual production center. Hey, wait a second. That means I can attract qualified artisans. That will double the gain of production skill. It only costs 10 ducats and 5 diplomatic points. Which, the money is completely inconsequential, and the diplomatic points, not quite as much, but still. This province has a trade wharf, so the only way to further reduce autonomy would be to get either remove the nobles from here or to get better trade harbor up. A better trade harbor up. Don't care. The population is barely big enough to be too big for the production's building, so I'm just going to build a trade building in this province. Just not enough benefit for what it gives, is all. This is the other Silk province. Now that communication has been established, how fast is this? Goes to Gaosu, and it's only 10 days. Maybe I should compare it to whatever this province is. Fokudan. 5 days. Okay, so if I upgrade this to a trade harbor, it is entirely possible for it to be better. Of course, in order to hedge my bets, I'm also increasing the road too. Besides, this is actually a very valuable province. It's producing a luxury good. And it is in my interest to just keep this province growing for as long as I can manage. Of course, autonomy is going to be a little difficult to suppress because of the presence of local fortifications. Hopefully, however, the nobles will remove that. It is, however, possible they may need to build a level 1 fort there. Or a first rank fort in order to get the autonomy to actually go down to 0. That's not nearly as important for that to be the case, since the province isn't actually that valuable in any way except for the fact that it produces a very valuable good. Okay, so I can grab National Bank if I wanted to. However, I don't actually want to at the moment because I can dump the tech cost by 25%, which will lower the cost by exactly 100 points. Since the base cost in MET is 400, and 1/4 of 400 is 100. Oh, Kakanja got its independence. Wait. Okay, I guess. Yeah, revolt or attack. Seems like. Looks like Cuba migrated. Yeah, the Congo tends to be a bit of a mess. Hey, Brunei got one of its provinces back. Can't wait for Tanjung to get it back. Yes. More money for the both of us. Oh, great. That's gonna reduce. That's gonna reduce my tech cost reduction. Revolution in the Commonwealth. Huh. That's very dangerous for them. Alright, the colony in Cardiac is about done. What was that again? Ah, okay. That's in along the Siberian coastline. Just needed a day to pass so I could get the colonists. Difficult. Eh. Harbor infrastructure across the entire Siberian coastline is preferable because the entire thing is full of gigantic provinces. Ah, quality ideas. That 20% would actually be extremely helpful for dealing with Joseon and their impressive spy detection capabilities. So I'm actually going to take that event. I don't normally do that since the 5 prestige tends to be a bit more useful. But in this case, it really is the better choice. So how's it going with the institution? Alright, it seems like a couple of provinces are definitely starting to get it. In about a year, a very large number, maybe 13 months, a large number of my provinces will suddenly get it. At least among my most valuable provinces. There's another clan here. One here. One here. One here. Yeah, and I think that's just these two, and I've otherwise... Oh, well, that one. And that's all the clans that are left. As I subjugate each one, autonomy will invariably go down in those provinces, and it's another step closer to centralizing and bringing all that money under my control. the colony down here is finished. I'll have you begin colonizing up here. This will keep them safe in the inevitable war with Korea. Because I doubt Korea is going to... Well, even if they walk all the way up here with their army, it's going to cause heavy amounts of attrition. I think I'm actually just about ready. I'm probably only going to need 2 armies, at least... There. At least up north of Manchuria. The other 2 I can use as a strike force inside the Korean Peninsula in case things start to get a little too hectic for the 2 armies up north. Alright, 2, maybe 3 more months, and I'll go ahead and embrace it. Because the longer I wait, the worse the enlightenment penalty becomes, and the less beneficial it is. Yes, they finished the... Thanks for letting me know that they finished the fishing port, so I can go ahead and build a trade harbor. Suddenly gives quite a bit of power to the burghers. On the other hand, there's hardly any development up there, so they're not actually earning much money out of it. Farming efficiency. Local fortifications. Although, yeah, it's down here. Okay. Farming. efficiency, farming efficiency, farming efficiency. Yeah, they're definitely upgrading the local fortifications here. They're trying their hardest to make sure that they maintain a presence in Manchuria, the nobles. Bayesian, where's that? Oh, it's over here. Yep. More farming efficiency. Nurgan. Where's that? Oh. Why? Right, I need the stack to move over to here. You can... It might get a little bit of attrition damage, but it doesn't matter that much. Doesn't this province have a luxury good? Yeah, then I definitely need to get it improved. Okay, so now it's definitely the case with... Wait. Let's do it in this order so that I get the minus 10% construction cost modifier. It doesn't change the price by a huge amount, but still a better idea. Plus 2 stage and plus 4 settler growth. Extremely helpful. Oh well. The real thing about admin tech is the idea groups. Eventually I'll get to the point where I've got national anthem. They're also allied with 2 of the Chinese country. Qi, right here, and Wu. Of course, it's so small that it doesn't make much of a difference. On the other hand, China's got a huge amount of development, so I might actually do a bit of looting over there if I get the opportunity. I'm also going to continue to check production infrastructure. Yeah, I'll deal with that later. Right, let's begin. It's gonna make me wonder if they even have a dedicated combat fleet. How strong is my... I do have naval ideas, so it's not as bad as it could be, but I probably should be careful because they have a combat fleet over here with an admiral. Heavily restrict looting. Okay, you're not doing any good. My navy has not had an actual fight ever, so that's why it's being so thoroughly wrecked. I have not actually anticipated their navy being this strong. Didn't I finish this battle? It keeps trying to retreat and then gets attacked. What's going on? What's funny is that the 81 ships is still not enough to blockade even a small... It is barely enough to blockade 20%. Besides, I'm gonna win the land war anyway. Which is just massively more important than any other part of the war. Losing the naval war just means that's a very good thing I've got a force of 60k sitting in the home islands. And I also need to do general. I wonder if they're actually going to attempt a land invasion. For the moment, all they're doing is just moving their ships around. And they just have a spy network. I said it before, I will say it again. They have an exceptionally strong spy defense. I don't think I've ever seen an AI be able to make it that strong. Well, it is M&T, and I've never been this deep into an M&T game before. So, might be a lot easier to do here. I'll take the corruption. Thank you very much. It's not a large amount. At all. Apparently this is faster. Huh. Are there roads along here? No. Can't be bothered to build a decent road network, apparently. I will avoid, for the time being, the Urunqi provinces. Because that's the end of the culture I would have to deal with. And I don't need to at the moment. Urunqi. I'm definitely taking these two states entirely. I may also take these provinces over here. The Jurican provinces here. I may eventually also get the Korean province. Well, Korea itself will come at a later date. Definitely not doing it today. Maybe later on near the end of this week. I'm not sure. Yeah, I need to prepare for the inevitable future of the fact that I need to build a combat fleet. The light ships just aren't going to cut it anymore for anything other than trade, so... I'm going to start with one here. This is my biggest naval harbor at the moment. So, later on, once it's done, and the war itself is finished, I'm going to build a fleet that deals with the current naval combat with, which I can't actually find here, but the global engagement with at the moment, last time I saw it was 17, I think. So I'm going to build a fleet of 20. These things happen. No, I need you to head up here somehow. Okay, that bureaucrat's good. I doubt I'm gonna get there in time, though. Was it really worth one more score, though? It's just the size of an army of 6,000. Sure, it was stacked, but is it really worth that much? Oh, hey, I can state this. Yippee. And I can go ahead and get the road constructed. Yeah, supply limits around here are just absolutely awful. Thankfully, Korea is also dealing with the thing. Livestock and wool. Are those even things? Well, actually. Are those even rural trade goods at all? I don't think so. Cotton? I probably should check in Europe. Livestock, yep. So there is livestock. This is wool, though. I think so. Oh, that is wool. Oh, this is gonna be a good bit more valuable now. Huh. Well, I don't think I have either of those. Okay, I do have a livestock province. 2 livestock provinces. Wow. But I don't have any wool. Yeah. At least not in the home islands. There are 2 provinces over here that I have. And I will gain another one for sure. I'm not sure if I can actually win the fight. Okay, it looks like they're not even going to test it. They're not willing to try it. Modern lighthouse. Gets me the rank 4 harbors. It also upgrades the legend. And naval attrition no longer increased by staying out at sea each month. Also massively improves the trade range, although that doesn't really matter at this point anymore. Since I can reach wherever it's important. Heck, I can reach Europe despite the fact that I don't even... that my closest provinces to Europe are down over here. At this point, it doesn't really matter anymore. I can reach all the way to Canada without issues. I'm already a massive Pacific Empire. Forest Hills. This will take until 7th of December to get there. 16th December, not worth it. I don't think. So there's still this fight over here. Okay, so I'm just gonna move south. I have better numbers, but their positioning is smart enough to keep them out of trouble. This province is a little better suited for handling this army. Ah, they're heading to Soybean. Um, 7th of January. Yeah, travel down here is going to take too long. That's going to take an entire month to travel from here to here. I don't need to worry about it. I don't think. I do have a better general, but I've got better troop composition. I need someone to siege down this fort, otherwise I can't enter the Korean Peninsula. Because it's in the way. However, we've just about hit an hour, so I'm just gonna get the fight through with, and then we can have the rest of the war tomorrow. The heir is a free thinker. Introduce heir. Ah, they're forced marching. This looks bad. Bad rolls. I was half expecting to get a bonus because of fortifications, but I guess not. I still can't retreat. Okay. Yeah, definitely not. I need a retreat. Probably need a second general. Well, this is 4 fire pips. also want to take a look and see how the casualties stack up so far. Ouch, okay, so they've definitely caused me more casualties. Yeah, maybe next time I need to better prepare for the war. Okay. Yeah, they have quality ideas and leadership ideas and logistic ideas, so they've definitely spec'd much more into military ideas than I have. I just have naval ideas. I haven't actually started on quality yet, so I've been too busy trying to get mil tech, which is very slow and steady at the moment. Anyway, so that's enough for today. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, bye.